Elon Musk, you motherfucker. Hey, we're live. Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
We'll get to it, Chemda. First, some good news. Chemda won poker in our Wednesday chat room. Then in our closer friends poker that we play on Friday, she won again. How does it feel?
I cannot believe it. I don't even want to say anything about it because I just finally started to feel defeated, and that's when I won. So I'm going to keep feeling defeated. I feel like I'm cracking something. Either that or the secret is PMS.
Oh yeah? Do you focus more, like all cramped up?
I don't know. I think like my internet wasn't working in the beginning on Wednesday, and that means I couldn't chat. So I was more focused on poker. And then I'm just like, I don't know, when you're grumpy about other things, you're just like, I was definitely pushing people. I was being a bully, not in a mean, I feel like people hear this and they just think I'm yelling at people. I couldn't chat with anybody. So I'm just betting too high and pushing them. And so shout out to Kitaen Girl and Vince, who I pushed right out of the game.
Did you see this online? They have a cramp simulator. So you put these little electrodes around your intestines and it simulates a cramp so guys can see what women go through.
I love this.
In this video I saw, the women are like, okay, start it. They're like, I did. Like, I feel it, but my cramps are even worse than that. They put on the guys are falling over, and it looks real to me. The guys are falling over. They're like, get this the fuck out of here.
But this is such a good idea, okay? I understand that all I sound like is, a woman on her period right now. Like, yeah, get them with the cramps. But no, when you go to a doctor and they're like, what level is your pain? And I don't know, because I can get cramps that might be at level 20. And I'm just like, I'm going to sit out this one for a second and just kind of be cool about anything. This is a way to gauge.
Well, I think with this cramping device, what if you can put on yourself and have it match the pain that you have, and then put it on the doctor. Speaking of doctors, is everybody getting their vaccine? America is opening up in a big, big way. 3 people, including a child, shot in Times Square. 7 people killed in a shooting in Colorado. We're coming back. America is opening up, and you need your vaccine because you're going to be running into a lot of people.
Oof. Remember in the beginning of the pandemic, everyone had this idea of, and this is like maybe a month into it, when everything opens back up, we are all just going to run towards each other to give the nearest person to us a hug. It was this amazing thought process. And then when we came out, it was to march about Black Lives Matters. That was the first,
Right.
It's so not what we envisioned and wanted.
But it's funny that even mass shooters were respecting the virus. They were staying in, and then it's like, okay, you can go out now. Okay, if you think it's safe. Then you have Joe Rogan making the news because he said, hey, if you're young, don't take the vaccine. You don't know what's in it. Motherfucker, you were on Fear Factor. What was in that bull dick? Now later he says, hey, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, well, you didn't have to go on for 4 hours then. I was talking to my sister, and I love that the news is driving her as nuts as it is to me. And if you heard our conversation over the phone about this virus and people not taking their second vaccine, I'm like, what the fuck? And she goes, yeah, I know. And like, what the hell? And I'm like, I know. And what the fucking shit? That went on for about half hour. It was good to catch up.
Wow. Like, that's so funny because every other word is fuck. But when you're around your parents, that word doesn't exist. That would have been such a shorter conversation with less words.
Right. What are you trying to say? Oh, are they gone? I'm trying to say, what the fuck? Yeah, right. What the shit? All right, let's talk about it. Elon Musk on Saturday Night Live, ruining all of my monies.
Fucking hell.
Now, I say have more people with Asperger's on. If my money's not involved, it is exciting to watch.
Oh, really? I was upset about that. It's, I doesn't seem like Elon has bad intentions in life, but it seems like a lot of people hate him just for, being a billionaire. And just, I've said this before, it's hard to think of someone as a good person, as a billionaire, because it's like, well, how can you walk around in the earth with so much difference in your money and everybody else's, homeless people,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. But he seems to be using his money for good, giving it away, like having these ideas of making people more even and all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, but SNL, like, if you think of Elon Musk, I have to be qualified to come work with you, to come to your office, even for a meeting. I have to qualify to talk to you.
Right.
But you just go on SNL. You're an awkward speaker to begin with, even if you're talking about the stuff that you know very well. And now, without like a year of acting skills, which I don't think, like, I think people go, well, they're just talking, and so it's with a couple of coach sessions, I could nail this. I'm standing there and talking, but it was the most awkward thing on earth, to the point of feeling insulted as a viewer. You decided to have yourself a night of fun on SNL, of course. Like, people talk about, if you were a billionaire, what crazy thing would you do? I would buy my way on to hosting SNL. It felt like that's what happened, and
Yeah.
now we have to sit through it.
It seems like Lord Michaels is going to be seen in a new car all of a sudden,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
A Tesla, perhaps.
But I guess if it's offensive to people who earned the right to be there. But honestly, I think once every 3 months they should just take somebody from the street and host SNL.
Why? I want this with you. So tell me why.
Here's your host, Janet, because of the mess.
So you enjoyed the mess?
Yeah.
I was feeling so awkward watching it. Because, you want someone to surprise you. Like, yeah, you're not a comic, you're not an actor, but like you could stand there. Honestly, I think Trump did a better job. I don't want to say these words.
Right. Do you think because he was bad on it, that's what affected our money, or that he said Doge is a hustle? Now, he didn't say it as I think. I saw it. I don't think it was as it was putting it down as much as it's being reported, but he did say, yes, it is a hustle.
Okay, here's what happened. Because there was this meme out of people who were interested in Elon Musk and Doge, that has me watching SNL right now, and it's a picture of Doge in front of you and SNL, Doge in front, SNL,
Right.
Doge
A
in front.
phone and TV. Yeah.
That's right. So that's how we were watching. Okay, and I will. Now we don't have live TV, but in our calculations, and this is right, as soon as Elon started talking, Doge started going down.
Damn.
It was so weird. And then this I don't know, because we weren't watching live, so it was a little difficult to keep up with the timing. Every time he came on screen, it started going down. And then it would like kind of, start leveling off or coming back up, and he'd come on screen and it would lower down. He didn't even say the word Doge yet, and it started lowering. So it's not just that he said hustle. I'll get to that hustle in a second.
Uh-oh.
The first one was everyone's mom was there, which also I was like, so everyone on SNL has a mom? Like, how does that work out? You ever think
Right.
about that? Like, what if you were a cast member of SNL and now they're asking you to bring your mom? And I'm like, I don't,
Right.
I haven't spoken to her, but she could be on SNL. That could be very fun and funny. And now I got to think of this existential fucking relationship with my mom. And then I'm just like, oh, I'm so happy for all of you. I guess your moms are here. I forgot it was Mother's Day. I mean, I hope you, anyway, nice
Right.
to meet you. Anyway, so they had all these, and I actually really like it. It's so sweet. You see people's mothers and their awkwardness, and like 3 of the mothers did better than Elon.
Right.
Anyway, so Elon's mom comes on during his monologue, and that's cute, except that she looks like a wealthy fucking, like, not just a newly wealthy, your son did great.
Right.
Wealth to the extent, and already again, people do not like Elon Musk. They don't like, that money look or whatever. So of course everything's plummeting. And then
She happens to look, I think she looks like the mom in Cinderella.
Oh, funny. Okay.
I'll
I don't
put
know.
what I'm talking about at keithandthegirl.com. But yeah, it did look like, yeah, she wasn't one of the people for sure.
Exactly. I mean, this woman used to be a model. It's not like, she's right up there.
Right.
She looks like what she looks like for a reason. Anyway, so they're doing their little shtick. It's very adorable. They're obviously both reading. That's fine. You're both new to this. Great. Goody for us. How fun.
Right.
Yes, please do your dress rehearsal live. And then they're joking, and she goes, I hope you're not getting me Doge for Mother's Day. And he goes, I am. And that was the end of it. That was the end of the monologue. This woman who looks like she actually eats with silver spoons and forks and knives is like, don't get me that piece of shit that you're selling off to these fucking idiots with their lack of money that they think they're rich now with an extra $1,000 in their whatever the fuck. And he's like, oh, it was tee commercial break. Okay. Huge disappointment. The Twitter feed is going nuts. What the hell is going on? Blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, it's the news. And Elon comes on as like an expert in ecoin and cryptocurrency.
Right.
And
All they did was change his name. It was still him.
Exactly.
That's all they did for no reason. Changed his name.
Right. It was a sketch where it's like, let's get this super smart scientist to, oh, your name's not Elon. Yeah. Okay, Mr. McFlubberputz. Okay.
Right.
So he's got glasses on like Superman. We can't even tell it's Elon. And they go, oh, I have this question for you. What is Doge? And he's like, oh, it's a cryptocurrency, the blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's great. But what is Doge? Well, it's a thing that's, really taken off in a very big, real way. And he said that, taken off in a real way. Oh, that's good. But what is Doge? And they kept doing it. And he just kind of gave the statistics, gave the information. And then at the end they go, okay, but what is Doge? It's a hustle, right? And he goes, yeah, it's a hustle. And everyone's laughing, and that's the end. Cut. End of scene.
You think that affected our money?
When you're asking a rich person, what is this that I keep hearing rumors around that I don't know how to figure out, that I sort of hear rumors that people are making money off of it, but it feels like a scam. It feels like something that can't happen to me, but I want it to. And then you get pretty much the smartest person we know now, who is the Doge father, proclaimed earlier in that sketch, that says it's a hustle. We're already thinking you're rich. We're already thinking the rich are hustling us and getting away with these, mysterious movements in Wall Street that we don't know about, that we're always missing out about. And your final word to us is it's a hustle, as Doge is plummeting.
Right.
And then there's like on Twitter feed, there was also the, oh, great, I'm buying at the drop, so people are like, oh, it dropped some. I still believe in this. And I do think that the Doge people still believe in this. So I'm buying while it dropped a little. And by the way, when we say it's dropping like crazy, it dropped 20 cents.
Right.
It's still whoever bought it at, like a couple months ago, let's say, still is on the rise with their money, probably.
Right. Well, I saw the next day, SpaceX, his space company, announced the Doge 1 mission. I guess that's the name of the rocket, to the moon for the blah, 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 launching in the first quarter of 2022. It's and then paid for entirely by cryptocurrency Doge. So again, I'm not sure what that means, but he is doing a rocket ship. It's called the Doge 1. It's literally going to the moon. Say that!
Exactly, but that's not funny. But here's what I think happened. I think he doesn't know how to write a joke, and this is no shade. That's not what you do. Right. And they don't know exactly what Doge and cryptocurrency and going to the moon is. And both of those try to get together to write a sketch. So I don't know, how much did he pay to be on SNL? That's he really proving you could buy anything.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not even talking about like, look, yes, we know people who would qualify so much more. And if you want an influencer, why don't you go to an influencer? He has 30 million followers on Twitter. Maybe they wanted the followers. There are 50 million followers on TikTok for a bunch of people that have more personality and whatever it is that you need in front of a camera. They have more of that. So to me, it's you bought your way in, and maybe you had like one acting class, but what you're really proving to those mothers of the kids who came, that like, hey, you thought anybody can do this. You wanted me to be a doctor. This is embarrassing to you. Look at this smart guy. He can't do what I do. So maybe that was the Mother's Day gift for all the kids.
Do people with Asperger's notice people with Asperger's? Did they see that Elon is awkward? Or are they like, I thought he did great. He was looking at people just fine.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, because part of the major thing is you don't follow social cues as well.
Right. Speaking of Mother's Day, here's a letter from Michelle. Happy Mother's Day, Hemda.
Me, thank you, and I appreciate all the Mother's Days. I am your mother.
Oh.
Thank you.
I've been listening to you since I was 14.
Smart.
I'm now 26 years old and can honestly say that you've been one of the biggest influences in my life.
Yes.
Whenever I get nervous or hesitant, I think to myself, Kenda would love me.
She would.
Maybe that sounds a bit psycho, but my point is you both have given me laughs and love that I take with me to deal with this weird and crazy life. For Mother's Day, I bought myself a year of Keith and the Girl VIP and planned on renewing for every Mother's Day every year.
Well, that's the best Mother's Day gift to me ever. Thank you.
I hope Xerxes got you high and a giant Starbucks coffee. Thanks for everything, Mom, Michelle.
Thank you, my child.
Now, not having any what people call real children, did you still do something for Mother's Day?
I forgot it was coming. And then you just sort of realize, because Mother's Day, any feed you get on is like, oh, here's my mother. I'm like, oh, it's Mother's Day. Holy shit.
Right. But you're always looking for when you realized, are you like, hey, we can have a party of some kind? Me and my boyfriend.
Oh, not for this one.
Okay. But you have.
I mean, we smoked extra just to. Yeah, okay. You're right. We find any excuse. Yeah, absolutely.
When I was talking to my sister, because I was talking to all the siblings. We called my mom at the assisted living place for Mother's Day. Before that, we're picturing my dad wishing her, happy Mother's Day. We picture him singing Happy Mother's Day to you. And she's like, okay, I'm not done, Kathy. Happy Mother's Day. Stop staring at the damn fish. Listen to my. I got you a cake. Here, I'll blow the candle out. There you go. So I knew we had to call and try to make it nice. It was the saddest phone call of my entire life.
I figured.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. At least you had your siblings, but how'd it go?
I called the assisted living place. Then they hand the phone over to my mom, and you hear, "Can you say hello?" Right there, that hit me. I didn't know it was to "Can you say hello?" And so I hear her go, "Hello." I go, "Hey, it's Keith. I have the siblings on the line. Also, we'll say hi one at a time, but wanted to say Happy Mother's Day." And when I said Happy Mother's Day, huge laugh, like it was sweet and somehow funny.
Okay.
And so I took it like, yeah, oh my God. Yeah, that's the way I took it. Then everybody started saying hi. There was no response at all. We had to assume she was there. So there's 5 of us, one at a time. We're saying things, no response at all. We love you, nothing. Hope you're doing all right, nothing. And then I was trying to say goodbye, and I mentioned Mother's Day again, and she cracked up again.
Huh.
Then we did a little more talking, no response. We said goodbye without any goodbye on her end. And that was the end of it.
Holy shit. How did the phone hang up? Did she hand the phone or something?
I don't know. So we assumed that she gave the phone back, Like, is she still just holding the phone? I don't know.
Oh, so you didn't even, it wasn't even the assisted living person that said, okay, are you guys done?
Correct.
Fuck. So were you guys still on the phone together?
And then afterwards, I called everybody back and we started talking to each other. And some people thought it went surprisingly well. Considering.
You guys are so disturbed. What?
Well, maybe they thought, one of them didn't think she'd be able to talk at all, period.
Really?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Dementia and everything that goes with it. Which, by the way, I want to see this movie, Still Alice. That sounds like that's going to be a heartbreaker. And then this new one, The Father, about the dementia also. I don't know if I'll learn anything or just cry, but yeah.
Did you guys cry?
No. Fuck no.
None of you shed a tear.
Over the phone? No. There
are people right now either holding back tears or crying just listening to this. Are you?
No. No, because it's not a because as much as the phone call was a bummer, it's not necessarily a surprise.
Okay.
You know, I have talked to her where I saw lucidity and then all of a sudden it was gone. Then it was back. I have seen that. Now I'm not seeing, during that call anyway, I didn't see any moment of lucidity. It's not necessarily a surprise.
Are you still planning on going there?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll probably go. We'll go in a couple weeks.
All right.
So, and then, you expect that to be a bummer and no talking back. So we'll see.
Are you even letting your dad know that you're coming to the neighborhood?
I believe my siblings are. It won't bother me if my dad is in the assuming if he's in the assisted living place with us. I just wouldn't talk to him, and that is what it is. But there's no way I'm staying overnight at his house or anything. We'll get a hotel or Airbnb or something.
Oh, a bunch of siblings are planning together to go?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to meet them there?
Yes.
Oh, good. That's
Yeah.
good. And Kyle's going with you?
Possibly.
Okay.
We'll see.
Bring all the kids.
Oh yeah, have
Yeah,
them. They can run around, do that.
Teach-
Ding dong ditch. They're big fans of.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And then they're running down the hallway.
Are you being serious?
That they enjoy doing that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So no, they can't come.
They have the fucking internet.
Right. Well, yeah.
Shit.
Now you do a ding dong ditch and you put it on the internet.
Okay.
So, yes.
Wow.
Now you have the internet, but the classics never go away.
Mm.
For Mother's Day, we had brunch at the Roxy Bar, Roxy Hotel here in New York, and it's a nice place. You're eating and you look up and you see all the hotel rooms. And they're like, oh, can we go up there? I go, no. Like I'm the new dad. No. Can you just look at hotel rooms? No.
Do you say it like that? I picture you saying it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like, okay.
They laugh. I would laugh so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. We get along. Like somebody said, mom needs to wear bras more often. And then one of the kids that said that was like bending over and his ass is hanging out because that's how you wear pants. And I'm like, that's interesting. Mom needs bras, but you can show your asshole in the middle of a restaurant. So they laughed and laughed. We have a good time. Remember the letter the other day from a guy wrote it.
You're right. You asked me earlier about how my Mother's Day was, and we both forgot it was Mother's Day. But
you and Xerxes?
Yeah. But then Xerxes is like, hey, I found this Annie record. How about we play that? And I'm like, does he know it's Mother's Day and he's gonna play me the orphan songs?
Yeah, it's a hard knock life. You're like, look at this.
He found no irony in it. He totally forgot. He didn't see it at all. And I just thought that was like extra funny that we listened to Annie on Mother's Day.
Very good. Like an orphan now. You know? So that is a funny song to play. I was gonna say the other day we read a letter from somebody that wrote their letter drunk. Vincent was his name. I'll catch you up real quick. He said, I don't know if Hemda and Keith will read this, but fuck it. I wanted to be a platinum member, recovering addict here, only could afford bronze. Boo. Fuck, I'm drunk and lit, bitch, Lil Corona, silent trailers. And Hemda explained how those words made sense, right?
Yes, he just became a VIP member. He wanted to be a higher tier, but he got the monthly thing.
Little story, 2015, got locked up for domestic violence, totally deserved it. Complicated, though. Felicia and I had a meth-infested relationship, met her through her auntie while fucking her auntie. Okay. She told me at one time, I start fights to make you hit me. She told me this before I ever hit her. So, that's how it's complicated. Sounds like he learned his lesson after 3 years in prison. We bootlegged Tide, Head and Shoulders, and anything you can get out of Walgreens or CVS to pay for a night at a motel room, and enough meth for the night after food, although it was dollar menu at McDonald's.
So they stole shampoo to sell it to have enough to stay at night and for meth and food.
And I'm like, you're not getting a good deal on shampoo, right? Everybody knows they can take advantage of you. You're desperate. How much do you have to sell?
I think there was, I don't know. I'll let you keep going. Yeah.
Yo, foreigners and Bergs don't relate. So I guess you're a foreigner. Maybe I'm from Pittsburgh. Hemda and her ramen and spaghetti sauce. Anyway. In county jail, my dad, Keith and the girl / dad, want to go there, but gonna buy the book. Agree with Keith. What he say? Flip a couple pages back. Got it. Was able to rent a tablet. You heard me right. In jail, I had a tablet. That's where I heard y'all ranting about dumbass Trump. Man, I listen to y'all every night in my head thinking, come on, KATG, America government is shit.
He was listening to us in jail on a tablet that he was able to get. I did not know that you could rent a tablet in jail. Yeah. That's what we learned.
Some days I sat on my bunk in jail, listened to KATG from chow to chow. I got out in 2018. One of the first things I did, besides watch porn, of course, was look up KATG. Again, addict here. It took me until now to kind of straighten out my life. Come on, man. And get my bronze VIP subscription. I drive a box truck now, so I'm on the road pretty much every day, which is funny because there's a lot of Tide and Head and Shoulders in these box trucks. It was a must to get my VIP. Thank you, Keith. And Kemda, P.S. Been thinking about that help app or whatever. Don't need it, though. Talking about BetterHelp, right? Mm-hmm. Don't need it, though. Like Kemda has said before, free counseling right here on Keith and the Girl. Oh, Kemda. Thank you, Kemda, for the counseling. Still going to eventually sign up for help.
BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/KATG.
I'll mention it again right now. It's 2021. Mental health is finally a thing, and so many people are struggling, the pandemic and otherwise. You need somebody to talk to about your feelings. BetterHelp.com/KATG. You'll get 10% off your first month. How about that? BetterHelp.com/KATG. Hemda's a real fan, and I think it wouldn't be the worst thing for Vincent to try out.
Listen, also, like when the pandemic first hit, that was a set of problems that we had to adjust to. But now that we're, like all these things have been lifted, we're allowed to go to the movie theaters and it's opening up more and more. There's another set of adjustments that we have to deal with. So I feel like if you're not feeling a little bit of that adjustment, check on yourself.
Right.
You don't have to be crazy to get a therapist. You don't have to be out of your mind. Everything is unmanageable. Even if you're having trouble managing one emotion, talk to somebody one time and then decide, but don't do it without trying. BetterHelp.com/KATG. Help, HELP. BetterHelp.com/KATG.
Vincent wrote back. He said, hey, y'all. So now I assume, he heard the show back, didn't know what he sounded like writing drunk. Let's see what you would assume a little more sober on this email. So let's see what it sounds like.
By the way, before we read this, if you are drunk, it's a great time to email us, info@keithandthegirl.com. I was very excited by people thought that I speak drunk very well.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was a skill. I'm very proud of that. I will be putting it on my resume. Thank you.
I wouldn't have known what this dude was saying at all, but Kemda did. Hey, y'all. Don't know exactly how to start. This is a reply to episode 3402, my email. Damn, I sound like a total idiot. Fuck it. Okay, now, Kenda, help me out again. Is he saying I sound like a total idiot, but hey, fuck it? Or is he saying, man, I sound like a total idiot. Fuck it.
Honestly, I think he says fuck it like I say honestly.
Okay. I wrote that email.
I don't think we should take the. It wasn't his subject last time. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Let's just, yeah.
Let's see. I wrote that email in total drunken consciousness. I don't believe I contradicted myself. Complicated, though. So when he said, hey, it's my fault 100%, but she made me punch her, he's saying, I'm not contradicting myself. All these things happen. It's still my fault 100%, but she said she likes it when I get angry.
But also just now he goes, I don't think I contradicted myself, but what did he say?
Complicated, though.
Complicated, though, means like you wouldn't get it.
Right. I have to say in my email, it sounds like I hit her all the time. It was only the one time, and I did my time for it. Not saying that's okay. Here is what happened. We were supposed to have a threesome with her friend. This never go right. We were supposed to have a threesome with her friend. We had just moved.
I'm sorry. Yeah. What friend? You guys are doing meth on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. You don't have a place to sleep. You're stealing enough to get a night at a motel for one night. So who's this friend?
Right. We were supposed to have a threesome with her friend. We had just moved out of the hotel rooms and finally got us an apartment, got a job. We just came from stealing food, in parentheses. Well, I did. She wanted to steal her some shirts. So he's saying I'm practical. She wanted to fucking steal shirt. I'm not going to eat 100% cotton. You steal food. We spent the last of our money on 2 30-packs. So beer, I have to assume.
Oh, okay.
I was already upset because she wanted to steal clothes instead of food. So I left towards the apartment. She was taking her time doing her thing. I get to the apartment, and knowing my girl, I told her friend to get out, thinking she would wait on the stairs for Felicia to get back. The main girl. I strip, don't ask me why, drunk and high, and start cooking. Okay, now is any of this making sense to you, Kenda?
Yeah. So when he got back
Really?
to the
Hold on. Really?
Oh, I thought you were joking. Yeah, it does.
Okay, what's happening?
Okay, so Felicia's the girlfriend,
Yeah.
the actual girlfriend. The third party was there at the apartment when he went back. His girlfriend is still back there stealing whatever she was doing, so she's lagging behind.
Okay.
So when Vincent walked into their
He's like, I'm
apartment,
stealing this food. And she's like, I'm stealing clothes. He's like, meet me at home.
exactly. So now the threesome girl is already there, and he's like, knowing my girlfriend, if she comes home and we're there together alone, it's not gonna fly. I'm not gonna get this threesome. Why don't you wait outside until my girlfriend comes so it doesn't seem weird? Then
Okay.
because I'm drunk and high, it makes sense for me to strip and start cooking.
She starts banging on the door. Yes, I led her to believe her friend was in there with me.
So he kicks the girl out thinking like, okay, she'll be on the stoop. And then when she sees my girlfriend, they'll both come back together. But the girl must have left. And now the girl Felicia expecting this other girl to be there. She didn't see her on the stairs. And now she's assuming that she's in the apartment with her boyfriend. So now she's banging on the door.
And he thinks it's funny. Like, hey, she's going to think I'm fucking the friend without her. Ha ha.
Yes.
That's the joke, right?
Uh-huh.
After 5 minutes, or is he lying? Keep that in mind too. After 5 minutes or so, I let her in. She sees I'm naked and assumes her friend and I fucked, not realizing she is not in the apartment. I ignore all her comments and her hitting me. She sees I'm not acknowledging her, so she throws the hot grease all over my dick and balls, then grabs a knife thinking I'm gonna hit her, which I was, and cuts me.
I don't believe him. But go ahead.
What do you think he's making up?
You have grease on your dick and balls. That's it. That's the end of your night.
Right.
That there is no, and then I hit her. She killed me after that because I was sobbing in the corner. Hot grease. You ever got like a splash of hot grease on your skin? You're like, oh, I could have just died. Like that's what hot grease feels like. Now it's on your dick and it reached underneath your fat fucking, I'm assuming you have the biggest dick in the world. It reached your balls.
So yes, I did hit her and grabbed the knife from her and cut off her hair. Now this is that's when it gets to be too much.
That's some meth shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut your hair off.
Yeah, while you're hitting me. That's with a knife, not scissors.
So yes, I did hit her and grabbed the knife from her and cut off her hair, grabbed chunks of it and sawed at it with the steak knife. Kenda, I know you hate me now. Sorry. Hey, you could add me in that. Kenda, I know this is too much for you, Kenda. Keith, you get it.
No, this makes sense to me. You're gonna do meth, and this is like a day in the life. I don't know how to tell you. You know this.
After that, I took a shower trying to clean out my cut. Next thing I know, cops are kicking down the bathroom door.
You see, this is why grease did not land on your dick and balls, because in the shower you were worried about your cut. What's going on with your dick and balls now with the hot fucking soup?
The cops asked me how I got cut. I told them I don't know what they are talking about. They asked if I wanted to press charges. I said, on who? No one did this to me. I didn't want her to go to jail, even though I knew I was going. More exclamation on the McDonald's than hitting her because McDoubles mean more to me than her. Sounds like you did your time and you learned a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess he's saying in my first email, I talked more. I don't know. I guess I mentioned more about McDonald's than the situation because I like McDonald's. Fuck this bitch. We sold our Tide Head and Shoulders. It's the second time he said it like that. Like it's a meth saying. I got my Tide Head and Shoulders. No comma. We sold our Tide Head and Shoulders at apartment buildings that were obviously a little less fortunate than some. We sold them for half price and to the point to where we had customers. We call our customers at the beginning of each day and find out who needed what. List no less than $50. there were lots of days we made over $400 minimum, was $200 for food, dope, and a room. So it's not a bad living.
Oh,
right?
yeah? Is that what you got out of this?
Well, I mean, it's not bad money. It's bad living. It's not bad money. The whole point of my first email, Hemda, you were right, was that I had a tablet in jail. That's the important part. And that I have kept y'all in my head for the whole 3 years I was locked up. You can get a tablet in jail, but not prison. So when I said prison, I misspoke. So after I left jail to go to prison.
Okay, no story there.
All
okay.
right, I take back my take back. I didn't get to listen to Keith and the girls, so that's what I did when I got out was look up KATG. How he died, Keith, I don't know. He died from my favorite, How He Died. All right, this guy's a fan of How'd He Die.
Oof. Okay, I need another update because that was oof. Okay, so now here's my update.
Okay.
He sort of mentions that he's clean, kind of, in a way, right? What does that mean? Does that mean you're still drinking? Does that mean you do meth on the weekends? Like, where is this girlfriend now? Did she wait for you? Are you guys in touch at all? Whatever happened with the threesome? Did it happen? Who is the third girl and how much meth, more or less, was she on than you guys? Okay.
Right.
How did you get off meth? And when you first got into jail, were you still hooked on it? How did you detox in jail? What did that look like? And did you get anyone else in jail to listen to Keith and the girl? And if you're in jail listening right now, we will send you stickers.
There you have
KeithandTheGirl.com/store. They're free.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Yeah, you sound like Vincent. You're on the right path. So just of course, keep us updated. Speaking of how'd they die, Tawny Kitaen passed away. She's the video vixen from back in the day.
Why does that sound familiar?
She dated David Coverdale from Whitesnake. So she was in 4 Whitesnake videos.
Oh, I know who that is. Okay. Mm-hmm. Wait. How old could she be? 50?
Almost 60. Here I go again. Here I go again on my own. Still of the night.
Going down the only road I've ever known. What's the other one?
Still of the night. In the still of the night. Not as popular.
Okay.
Is this love?
Is this love that I'm feeling?
And the deeper the love.
No.
The deeper the love, the stronger the emotion. She appeared on the covers of 2 albums for the band Rat. I know one she's on all 4s, another is just her legs with rats going up it. And she was in the Rat video Back for More. They're not sure how she died, but you're guessing it's drugs. She always had a thing with drugs. Rat guitar. She was dating Rat guitarist during and after high school, moved in together as teenagers. She also had a year-long affair with O.J. Simpson while he was married to Nicole Brown Simpson. Ooh, boy. Kitaen married Whitesnake singer David Coverdale in 1989, but the couple divorced in 1991. So 2 years. She was married to a baseball player, Chuck Finley, from 97 to 2002, with whom she had 2 daughters, Winter with a Y and Rain with an E at the end. In 2002, she was charged with domestic violence for an incident involving Finley. 3 days later, Finley filed for divorce. In 2006, she was caught with possessing 15 grams of cocaine in her house. I don't know how the cops decided to check her house. She entered a 6-month rehabilitation program. She was arrested for driving under the influence in Newport Beach, California in 2009, 2 days in jail.
This is so bad because in the beginning of this, you were like, hey, she's known for this. And you actually listed off her accomplishments of, being a model in this genre of music. Right. And her list of illegal, horrible activities is so much longer.
How'd she die? She was doing a flip on a car and twisted her neck. How'd she die? We don't know, but it's you can guess how she died. She was on Celebrity Rehab. She was one of those people. So add that to the list add that to the list of the great Dr. Drew. How many people they lost? China. I know there was a country singer, Mindy McCready. She ended up shooting herself. Joey Kovar was a model. That was an opiate overdose. Rodney King was found in a swimming pool with alcohol, PCP, and cocaine in his system. Jeff Conaway from Greece That was a drug overdose. Mike Starr is the bassist from Alice in Chains. He had heroin, cocaine, meth in his system. That was some show. Yeah, thank
Holy
God he
shit.
stopped it. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna get you help. Here's a camera. Be your honest self, and with no ego, you'll be on TV now.
Yeah, it does
Of
feel
course, it doesn't
like,
work.
hey, you have nothing going on and you're about to die anyway. Do you want to do this before you do that so you can have a couple adventures from the money before you go?
Right.
It feels like, hey, you can't afford this habit anymore. You want to be able to?
Yeah, absolutely right. Speaking of drugs, we just had the Kentucky Derby. Medina Spirit is the name of the horse that won. The horse is on drugs. Even the horses are doing fucking drugs.
What do you mean? Like weed? That's legal, man.
Some kind of anti-inflammatory thing. You're only allowed to give so much to the horses, or it's cheating. And this horse was found. They don't know what they're going to do yet, but this horse was found with these illegal, not necessarily illegal, but these drugs that aren't allowed
What?
in horses.
What are we talking about?
Right.
What? Isn't this the most posh, weirdo fucking... It's like the most posh blue collar thing these people can do.
Right.
Like, we're going to get dressed up and then watch horses.
The owner said, I was totally shocked when I heard this news. I'm still trying to absorb it. I am the most scrutinized trainer. The last thing I want to do is something that would jeopardize the greatest sport. This shouldn't have happened. There's a problem somewhere and it didn't come from us. So,
okay. All right.
Right. He thinks he was framed. It's such an injustice to the horse. I don't feel embarrassed. I feel like I was wronged.
I feel like the nation was wrong because it's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard. What? Are you guys out of things? Are you out of things? Are you bored? Give away some money. Get some adrenaline pumping in your system.
But it's going to be like, oh, your horse was illegal. Okay, so did second place win? No, it was a big televised event. Just come on.
Right. What are we going to do now?
Let me mention, speaking of which-ish, Lucy Nicotine. It's a company founded by Caltech scientists and former smokers looking for a better and cleaner nicotine alternative. Get off that junk. It's a tobacco alternative that doesn't suck. Lucy has created a nicotine gum with 4 milligrams of nicotine. Comes in 3 flavors: wintergreen, cinnamon, pomegranate. They also have a lozenge with 4 milligrams of nicotine in cherry ice flavor. Put down the cigarette, put down the vape, put down the dip. You look like an idiot.
You also smell like one.
Oh, God. Poo. What are you looking at? What am I looking at? Hey, honey, how you doing?
We're now gonna be around each other again. This is the thing, like,
yeah.
We're outside smoking in that tent, but when we have visitors in here, we gotta straighten out.
Yeah. Go to Lucy, lucy.co. Use the promo code KATG, get 20% off all products on your first order. That includes gum, lozenges, whatever you see. Lucy.co. Use promo code KATG at checkout. Okay. Here's the disclaimer I have to read. Warning: this product contains nicotine derived from tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical, of course. Lucy.co, and be sure to use the promo code KATG. Yeah, especially like we already thought that dip, for example, was disgusting. But now that we know there's a pandemic and we're getting back to real life, I don't need to see people spin.
Yeah, we got to smell
even
good.
More so. Yeah.
We got to be considerate of other people. They're not 6 feet away. Like, part of that was a little bit of a barrier, Oh,
Yeah.
Are you showering less? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, did you just smoke? I don't know. But now we can smell you.
In Variety magazine, Seth Rogan says that he doesn't plan to work with James Franco again after sexual misconduct allegations.
Ooh, and he now discovered he doesn't have to. So,
right.
Can you imagine?
I'm doing okay. So, like, didn't we know this 5 years ago, though, Seth? Like, yeah, but I checked my bank account, and we don't have to be pals anymore. So,
you know what else is funny? It's like, this couple has decided to uncouple. And it's like, this friendship has decided to unfriend. Just not everybody's friends for life. I don't know what to tell you. You decided not to. It's funny that this is like a big announcement. But on the other hand, he is standing up and saying, I don't want to work with people who have misconduct. I will be, watching that because we used to like sweep it under the rug. So it is a big deal, but
But did nobody ask him? Did nobody have the balls to ask him, like, hey, it sounds like a bunch of sexual weird shit's going on, including fucking an underage girl. What are you thinking about that? Did nobody ask him? And now it's like Variety finally had the balls to ask. He's like, oh, we haven't been working together. Fuck it. Nobody asked me.
It could be that nobody asked, or it could be nobody big enough asked, or it could be he wasn't answering for a while.
He says, I despise abuse and harassment, and I would never cover or conceal the actions of someone doing it. But I remember, people were pretty vocal, even during, what was that movie? The Disaster Artist. People were vocal then. I remember that. But all right, I guess better late than never, right?
Because I don't know, to say I would never conceal. I think we all have, almost like, because that's just what was going on in society. You conceal what's happening to you, and you sort of like, oh, you were talking about it the other day. I forget with who, but when somebody says something, I think with Rod, it's so racist that you're like, that can't be what happened.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not funny, but you don't mean it. You said, I hate Asians. No way that's true.
Right.
I don't get your sense of humor, but
let's give you another chance to speak. And if the next thing that comes out of your mouth is a little closer to this spectrum than that, I got to start making decisions here, buddy.
Then I'm going to start to think you might be.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm starting to get a hint that you're throwing around.
I saw this online. I don't know if it's fake news or not. Bill Gates got the divorce papers sent to him, and on the bottom of the email it said sent by iPhone, like a real kick in the teeth. That's a bummer. But we wish. I don't know if that's true or not. Make sure you share this show, whether you're in prison or otherwise. All right, it's Keith and the Girl. Check out the website. Check out the YouTube. I've been telling you how much I love shows being there on YouTube, including the last award show we did that cuts to the shows that were happening in real time. I love this so much. The VIP show that we did recently.
That was a ticketed event. So now it's available for free. So if you couldn't make it to the show, or you just, whatever it was, take a look at it. It has so many people in it. Rod and Karen from The Black Guy Who Tips. Keith's brother talking about his father. Keith's best friends, ? Or the unfriending people that he does every here and again. Craig and Adam and Newsy. And it was just a blast. Now available for free. And you could see the video of it on our YouTube.
So make sure you're, hit that bell, whatever you do, be subscribed to the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to Keith and the Girl. Never miss an episode. And again, thanks for sharing the show. That's a big deal. Drop those 5 stars, drop those reviews. It does make a difference. And we'll talk to you soon.
Love you.
Thanks, Mom.
KeithandtheGirl.com